Here we want to be able to use the graph to solve the inequality. We have f of x times x minus 2 times x minus 3, which is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this graph. So the first thing is, since we're solving the inequality, we need to separate these as regions. So where it crosses the x-axis, you're going to create those regions. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and then create these regions. Okay, and let's see here. Alright, so here is the separates region 1, because that's the x-intercept there, and then there's another x-intercept here, and then there's another one here. Okay, and now what we need to do is we need to determine what is the interval notation for each one of those. Okay, so we know that this is going from negative infinity to, in this case here, this is 0. So this interval goes from negative infinity to 0. Okay, so this is region number 1. Okay, then if we take a look at region number 2, we can see that this region is going to go from 0 to 2. So this is from 0 to 2. Okay, and then this is region number 3, and so this region goes from 2 to 3, since that is where it crosses the x-axis. And then region 4 is where we have 3 to infinity. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to then determine, okay, where is this function greater than or equal to 0? So it's greater than or equal to 0 when the function is above the x-axis. Okay, so you can see here that it's below the x-axis here. Okay, and then it's above the x-axis here. Okay, and then it's below the x-axis here, and then it's above the x-axis here. So where do you see that we have it to be greater than or equal to 0? Okay, so what happens now is the following. Okay, we want to make sure now is to determine which one of these intervals. So we can see the ones that are in purple here, or in this case here, this interval and this interval are the ones that represent the interval that that is above or greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and just put that underneath there so you can see the intervals there. Okay, so now let's take a look at that. So now we're going to write down our answer. So the interval that is between 0 and 2 is increasing, union, and it's increasing from 3 to infinity. Okay, and so now we need to determine whether we need to use brackets or not. Well, you see how it says greater than or equal to here, which means we need to use brackets at those x-intercepts. So therefore, our solution is going to be bracket 0, 2 with a bracket, union bracket 3, comma, infinity with a parenthesis. And therefore, that's going to represent the interval. So let's go ahead and put that in there. So we have bracket 0, 2. So bracket 0, comma 2, and then union, and then let me put that bracket in there. Make sure the bracket's there, okay, and then union, and then bracket 3, comma, positive infinity. Check our answer, and there is our result.